Hello everyone! So today I'm going to do a book haul. I know, I haven't done a book haul in so long. Seriously, I think my last book haul was basically a year ago. And this is going to be actually a little weird book haul because basically I've been buying books since like March, and more recently towards the summertime I have bought more books, but I wasn't expecting to have like a normal summer. I was supposed to have my surgery in the summer, so the books that I was buying were not like very summery books. They were like more non-fiction books and I don't know, like serious contemporaries. I don't know how to describe them, but whatever. But turns out my surgery was cancelled and I had to buy all the summery books to bring with me to my vacation like last week, and I'm leaving in like 3 days and my books still haven't arrived to my house. So I just decided to send them to my grandfather's house, and when I get there the books will be like just waiting for me. But I still have a ton of books to share with you, and because I'm not going to be here for the entire month of August, I don't want to like bring all the books with me because I have read most of them, and I didn't really know how to do this video because if I do it just in September it will be kind of late to share this. So this is going to be like a 2-part video. So basically I'm going to show you the books that I have with me right now, and then when the other books arrive I'm going to show you those. I'm sorry, this is kind of odd, but I don't know what else to do. So basically the first book that I have to show you today, it's actually Obsidio, and I know I bought this book in like the end of March. If you have seen any of my videos, you know that I absolutely love this book. This is the end of the Illuminate Files series, and it's one of my all-time favorite series, and this is actually one of the best books that I have read so far in 2018. I have read it twice, and I have a book talk for this book if you want to see that, I guess. And yeah, I know this is kind of an old one, but I decided to show you anyways. I don't know. And then I have 2 Raven Kings. I know, this is really weird, but basically I have the entire series in this edition, but I accidentally bought this one. And it doesn't match the other books that I have with me on my bookshelf, and I was really annoyed. But then I saw that the back was like really damaged, so Book Depository like refunded me. So I decided to just buy the right edition because I wasn't going to pay any extra. And now I have 2 Raven King books, which is awesome. And I also have read this one and I loved it. This is also the finale of another series, The Raven King. Everyone has read this, and the first books in the series aren't really my favorite, but the last 2 are so freaking good. Then I also bought another book that was one of my most anticipated reads of 2018, and it was Leah on the Offbeat, and I also have read this book and I loved this so much. Seriously, this book was the cutest. This follows a character from Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, Leah, obviously. And I have to say that I liked this book as much as I liked Simon, which is amazing. I really enjoyed this book. This is a contemporary. Leah is bisexual and she is also fat, and this book is just everything that I could ever want. I'm awful at synopsis, but I don't have to say much about this book. Everyone already knows about it, and it's so freaking good. I've read this book in a reading vlog, and I talk a lot about this book, so if you want to see more of my opinions, I guess watch that, or my wrap-ups. And then I got A Court of Frost and Starlight, and actually this book is so freaking pretty. It's like super shiny, and it's the prettiest paperback that Sarah J Maas has, and I have already read this book too. Like all these first books, I have read them. This is a novella that is supposed to tie like the loose ends between Court of Winds and Ruin and the next series in the Aquatar world. And this one just wasn't my favorite thing ever. It was still good, but I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, it's really pretty, and The next book that I got, it was Always and Forever Letter Jean. And I have been wanting to buy this book since it came out, and I finally did. And I have already read this book too, and I will talk more about it in my wrap-up this month, but it was so cute. I love all the covers in this series. They are just the cutest thing ever. Again, I'm not going to give you a synopsis because this is another finale, but To All the Boys I Loved Before series is just the cutest, most adorable thing ever. And if you haven't read it, you need to, because the movie is coming out in like a month and I'm so excited. And then finally, some books that I haven't read yet. The first one is Why I'm No Longer Talking About Race with White People. Emma Watson read this book, she really liked it. This is a non-fiction book, and if Emma Watson recommends you a book, you read that book. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know much about it, but I'm sure that it's going to be great. The other one is Americana by Chimamanda Adichie, and I have read 2 books by this author, but they have both been non-fiction ones about feminism, and I love this author so much, but I have never read a novel by her, and everyone raves about her novels, so I decided to pick this one up. This is a bit different from the things that I read normally. This is kind of big. I think it's like just a romance novel, but it really focuses on feminism, and I'm really excited about it. And then for the final book that I have with me is Far From the Tree, and this book, it's so freaking pretty. Again, I don't know much about it. I just wanted to buy a book that I didn't know much, but a lot of people have been raving about it. This paperback cover is a bit different, but this book has been getting like a ton of awards. I know that it's a contemporary and it's kind of a more serious one, but yeah, that's basically all I know about it. Yeah, I'm also really excited to read it, and I will let you know my opinions when I do. And now let's move on to the future me. So hi, this is me from the future, and yeah, it's been like 3 weeks. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I was planning on filming this clip while I was still on my vacation, but one of the books that I bought never arrived, so I decided to do this video just when I got home. And now I have 4 books to show you. The first is Save the Date by Morgan Madsen. I have already read all the books that I'm going to mention next. And Save the Date basically follows this girl named Charlie and their sister's wedding. This feels more like a quick read. It takes place in like 5 days, like before, during the wedding, and a day after. And it's really cute and fun. It really focuses on the family dynamic, and you get to meet all of her siblings because she has a big family, the wedding chaos, and it was really fantastic, and I really did enjoy reading this book. Next, I have When the Surface Breaks, and this book is the most beautiful book that I have bought this year. This is fantastic, honestly. Just without the dust jacket, it's so cool. I have some amazing Bookstagram photos, ideas to take, and follow me on Bookstagram if you want to see those. But basically this is a retelling of The Little Mermaid, but it's not a retelling from the Disney version, it's like a retelling from the original one. And it is really dark, and it really focuses like on feminism and the role of beauty in our society. And because this is a book that takes place in the modern world, it is a bit different from the original story. I'm not going to talk much about what I thought of the book because you can see that in my wrap-up, but it was really good. It was very different from the things that I usually read, and I really did enjoy it. And next I have Stay Sweet. And this book was also an adorable, cute summer contemporary. It is basically about this girl, and she works in this like ice cream shop every summer since she was like 14. And this ice cream shop only has girls working there, so it follows not only the main character's experience working there in the summertime, but also the story of the girls working in the ice cream shop and the girls that used to work there. and just a story about the original owner of the shop. And it was a really adorable read, and I also did really like this book. I read some amazing books this summertime. And the final book that I have to show you, it's a book that I wasn't expecting to buy. I found this charity shop in Spain, and I found Beautiful Darkness there, and like the spine, it's not like in a great condition or anything, but it was €1. Yes, €1 freaking for a book, and I couldn't let that pass, so I bought this. Basically, if you don't know this, The Beautiful Creatures was a series that got me into reading YA and then into the book community, and I really fell in love with this series when I first read it in like 2014. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I already read this book, but I don't actually own it. I only have like the last book. So when I saw this, I knew I had to get it because it was €1 freaking. And yeah, these were all the books that I have bought in these previous months. And like all of my hauls, this is a very like different haul from what I'm used to, because when I get a book, I usually read them really quickly because I don't really buy that many books. But yeah, I still hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. You can also check out my previous videos if you want to, I guess. And I hope that you could stick around with me, so please subscribe. Bye! And yes, I'm filming this with my wet hair while my brothers are screaming, but I don't have any more time to film this video, so sorry.